first thing we need to do is go to Server Manager and install the Windows Server Backup program. We want to add a feature. Alright, so in here we should see the Windows Server Backup features. We want to choose both of them, so we'll just check the first one, Windows Server Backup features, and check also the command line tools. I don't know why I didn't check. It says, hey, if you want to add this, you're also going to need to add the Windows PowerShell feature. Go ahead, add those additional features. So now we have Windows Server Backup features and the command line tools. Right, next. And okay, after your features have been installed, we're going to close this. We're going to take a look at the actual GUI command line tools. And we get there by selecting Start Administrator Tools.
That's interesting.
We should see Windows Server Backup. First backup we're going to do is we're going to do a backup of our data volume. Just do a simple backup of that, see how that works, and then we'll delete a couple folders and then restore them. The next thing we're going to do is do a full system backup, and then we'll do a whole recovery. Okay, so up in the action menu, we're going to select backup once. And we're going to make sure it has different options as selected, and next. And we want to do a custom. And next. And we want to uncheck the C drive.
It won't let me.
Oh, we have to uncheck the system recovery. Uncheck system recovery. Alright, so now we want just the E drive. We want the entire data volume. That's why it's nice to separate out your data and where things are stored in separate volumes. One thing you do not want to do is store your data on the C drive or your system folder. For a couple reasons. One, you can't expand your system volume if it runs out of space. And two, it makes for an easy location and restore when you're doing backups and recoveries and so forth. Alright, so back up the entire E volume, hit next. Choose the type of storage for the backup. Okay, so we're going to do a local drive. So we're going to back it up to another drive letter. And backup destination, would be good. Hit next. Okay, choose what type of volume shadow copy service backup you want to create. A VSS copy backup or a VSS full backup. This option if you're not using any other backup product to back up your applications. This means like another third-party backup program like Semantic, Backup Exec, things like that. So we want to do the full backup. That way it'll actually clear the archive bit, or the attribute, the archive attribute. Hit next, and all we have to do is hit back up.
Oh, come on, stop doing that.
And we should see it.
There it goes.
Now, the benefit of the volume shadow copies is because it will back up files that are opened by users. In the past, backup programs would get locked up or would skip files that were opened by users. Like if somebody stayed logged in and they had their Word document open all night long, the volume shadow copy will be able to still back up that file, even though they have it open.
In the old ones, it would just not.
In the older ones, you would skip it. You would go 476 errors, and you'd look, and it'd be like file open, and it would list all 476 files that were open that didn't get backed up. So that would not be good. So backup complete, right? Wasn't too bad. Hit close. Let's explore the backup volume and see what we have there. Here it is, Windows Image Backup. Go in there, hover for 08, and there's the catalog is the list of files that were backed up. Okay, there are text files that are used by the backup program. And then here's the actual backup. And again, there are XML files. Oops. Come on, Aaron, stop messing around. I'm going to expand this. So XML files, and here's the actual backup file. Virtual hard disk. That's right. So we're not going to mess around with any of these backup files. I just wanted to show you where they're at. Okay. So we're going to leave them put, and obviously the next day and time will be recorded, and we'll have multiple backups located here. All right. We're going to close this. Now let's go and delete, because we had a major catastrophe. We are going to now delete our data volume. Let's delete the stuff on here. It won't let us delete some stuff. There we go. So all the files have been deleted. Our users are freaking out because they don't have access to their data. So now let's restore it. So now we want to do recover. We can choose recover from the action pane over here or from up here. So select recover. We're only going to be able to recover from one backup job. So we're going to cover to this server. Available backups. The one that was done today at 9:49. So here you could choose previous dates. So if you had previous backups done earlier in the month and so forth. Hit next. What do you want to recover? Files and folders or the entire volume? Well, we can do the entire volume. If you chose files and folders, you can browse and choose specific files that you wanted to restore, specific folders. So that way, you're not having to restore the entire volume and replace folders of people that are like, I'm fine, my stuff is there. You're just restoring folders of people that had things deleted or removed by accident. So for this example, we'll just restore the entire volume. And the entire data volume.
Go to your destination.
We're going to put it back on the data volume. And next. Make sure you want to recover. And hit recover. Now should be restoring those files. And if we go take a look at our computer, the E drive, we should start seeing folders show up on the E drive. Oh, it's not accessible because it's essentially formatting the volume and rewriting the bits back how they were when they did the backup.
Store line is complete.
It's complete. Now let's take a look at it. Yay, all of our files are there. Backup worked. All right. Close that. So that was a backup and a recovery. Now let's do a full system backup. And then we're going to do a recovery of our entire system. So we're going to go action. Backup once. Different option.
Yep.
So let's do custom. And then we're going to choose the C and the D drive. We don't have to, we're not going to worry about the VSS. So
C and E drive.
C and E drive, yep. The local disk and your data volume. And we're going to make sure that this is checked, the system recovery, which will back up the system state. We're going to choose the G drive. And we're going to do a full backup. And then hit the backup. So here it's backing up, and I'll pause this.
And what did you pick?
Okay, now that our backup is complete, go ahead and hit close.
We should check to see if that's out there first before we do.
And let's take a look at the backup drive. It looks like it only has 4 gigs of free space, so there's obviously some big backup out there. There it is. Almost 6 gigabyte virtual hard disk file. Okay, so we have it backed up. So now let's shut our computer down. Destroy it. We are now going to, since this is running a virtual machine, we're now going to, we're not going to necessarily delete our virtual hard disk. We're just going to create another one and then rename the old one. So now that that is shut down, yeah, so I have a 30 gigabyte hard disk, so that's what I have to create. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explore my D drive, and I store these under Halverson Win2K. And I have Windows Server right here. This is my first disk. So I'm going to rename these. I'm going to put dead in front of it. So now I'm going to go back to my VMware, edit my virtual machine settings, and in my settings, my first disk, it says it can't find it. So I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to add another disk. A new virtual disk, SCSI, and make this 30 gig. And I'm just going to put -new so I know that this is the new file. Hit finish. So now we have our new disk back in there. I hit OK. And I want to make sure that my CD drive is using the Windows 2000 Server 2008 ISO file. And so it should boot off the CD. Windows is loading files. So I need to click inside of the window. Hit next. And we want to do repair your computer. Operating system repair, click next. We don't have one. We want to do the Windows Complete PC Restore. Okay, so it found, it says use the latest backup from the F drive, right? That's where we had it backed up, computer, and the time. So we hit next. So check the restore system disks. Hit next. It's ready to restore your computer. Hit finish. I confirm that I want to format the disks. And we'll sit and watch it restore. So my backup is almost done. Or my restore is almost done. How fast can you restart the computer? My server is coming back up. Everything should be restored.
Oh, I can't think.
Let's log in and see. Take a look, make sure everything got restored.
Should we do the same?
Well, the C drive is restored, and my E drive is all there. There's all my files. Looks like it worked. Good old Windows Server backup.